What is going on, everybody? It is us. We're back. We got our boy Lee. Brunner's here, like always. Football season's coming up pretty quick. I think less than 40, 50 days by the time we're recording this. Hall of Fame games next week. So by the time this comes out, Hall of Fame game just passed. Predictions. Hilarious predictions that never got uploaded. Maybe one day that we'll find it. But the takes on that one was so bad. We're going to do another one. We have a title for it. Damn it, what did I say? Early prediction of the division. Prediction of the division. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at all the divisions in the NFL and pick a winner of one very early. Preseason hasn't started. Keep that in mind. We're going based off free agency draft, offseason media, training day. I don't know if you guys saw the Commanders had 0 people in their training. How sad. What a sad franchise. Okay, finally, we could talk about football. It's like a bash on the Commanders. Dude, if you're a Commanders fan and you're listening to this, I am sorry. Change teams. What do you guys have to say about Commanders?
No,
tell them something about the Commanders.
it's one season, once revenge tour.
So I don't know. I got a little bit of love for him, man.
A little bit of love there.
A little bit.
Wentz tour. Brunner says Wentz tour. I say Wentz throws an interception first game.
Wentz throws an interception first game.
Am I right?
Maybe.
No, that's a good prediction.
Maybe.
Put that as a clip right there.
I'll put it as a clip. You want to hear a little hot take?
Yeah.
I don't think
we will also be doing hot
takes. I don't think Tom Brady's going to win his division. Boom! I said it.
All right, that is the first hot take, actually. So we'll start off with.
No, my prediction for the NFC South, I think Jameis Winston's going to have an amazing year, and the Saints are going to win the division, and they're going to win the division handily, very easily. And I might even make a prediction, possibly, it's going to go Saints, Panthers, Buccaneers.
Saints first, Panthers second, Buccaneers third.
Yes.
Who's starting quarterback week 1 of the Panthers?
Baker Mayfield. I know he had a rough first practice compared to Sam Darnold. Track record's there. Baker Mayfield took a good team. I mean, the Browns had good players, and he took them to their first playoff win in 30 years. So I think that says a lot about who he is, and I think that they're going to end up being better than people are thinking they are. They have some pretty strong players. A lot of people poo on them. Don't forget last year, McCaffrey was hurt more than half the season, and Robbie Anderson's there. He is injury prone. I mean, this is all what ifs. In the perfect world, everybody stays healthy too. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of what ifs. So, and if he stays healthy and Baker Mayfield stays healthy and everybody's healthy, we saw Baker Mayfield last year hurt the whole season. He played hurt the whole damn season. The year before that is when he was healthy, and he had a really good season. So, what's your prediction for the NFC South?
All right, NFC South. All right, that's a tough one. I don't think the Panthers are going to be second place. I will give them third. I'll give Falcons last. I think the Saints will take the division, and Brady will be second, but make playoffs. Wild card. So Saints division, NFC South. The only reason why is not because of Baker Mayfield alone, but like I said, me personally, I just think McCaffrey's not it. He time in and time out, he always proves that he's injury prone. I just don't think he could go a full season with that line that they have right now. Mayfield's going to take some hits. Robbie Anderson's not that good. They need some weapons downfield. Their defense is good. It's not great.
DJ Moore, man. I got DJ Moore downfield.
DJ Moore, yeah, but I mean, you got DJ Moore. Everybody's going to be double covering DJ Moore.
True.
You know what I mean? They need that like A.J. Brown coming to the Eagles. I know it's biased because I'm an Eagles fan, but A.J. Brown's going to allow Smith. Like, I think Smith's going to have a breakout season because it's going to allow Smith to be more open because everybody's going to double cover Brown. Or vice versa.
Yeah, I think
I
think it's vice versa. I think Brown's going to have the season because I think last year Smith had a really good season.
I'll take it.
I think that's just my opinion. But I mean, you're right. It's going to be one of the two.
No, yeah, and
you only got 11 guys.
Right. No, yeah, like Juju and Claypool, and plus Look at the Saints wide receivers core. If you guys look right now, they got that new rookie. I don't know his name. What's his name? Everybody's talking about him.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
I'll figure it out. Let me look
Yeah.
it up. We got him. Jarvis Landry comes home, and
Yeah.
Michael Thomas is coming
Michael
back.
Michael Thomas is healthy, man. And so I think Michael Thomas is 2 years removed. Last year he got hurt. Year before that he won the Offensive Player of the Year, the OPP, and which I don't think he should have. That should have been McCaffrey's year. In all honesty, 2 years ago should have been McCaffrey's year. And so we'll see. We'll see. I think that Thomas is going to have a great season, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm picking them to win the division, the Saints. That's right.
All right, Brunner, what's your pick?
Wait, you said the Saints, right?
I said the Saints.
Okay, Anthony, what'd you say? The Saints?
I said the Saints as well.
Okay, I say the Saints. I say it's gonna be Saints, Panthers,
Wow.
Bucks, Falcons.
I agree. I think the Falcons, honestly, I think are just going to have a horrendous year.
Yeah, me too. I think the Falcons are going to get first pick of anything.
I think the Falcons are going to get 3 wins.
Falcons
Put that on there.
I'm sorry, Falcons need a tank, I think.
Yeah,
get a good defensive player going. They have no one, dude. No one. Actually, no.
So we should leave the AFC North, NFC East, and the AFC West for last. So let's go flip it around and go. We went south. Let's go to the NFC North, south to north.
Okay.
All right.
I predict. I think the Vikings are going to win that division.
That's a hot take. Kirk Cousins.
I think it's. Yeah, I think their team is much more well rounded than the Packers. I think the Packers are going to have some issues. Also, forgot to say this too. You all saw that the center for the Buccaneers, the starting center for the Buccaneers, was carted off the field yesterday, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Maybe we saw that in the Yellow House, actually.
So the Packers, I think, are going to have line issues. That's really where I think it comes down to. Is I think they're going to have line issues, and I think that's what happened to them last year. Is when they fell off. Is when their line started to get hurt. That's when they started having issues in the playoffs. So. That's just my opinion. Now, I could be a total fool and be like, the Packers just run away with the damn thing, too. I don't think it's going to be the Lions, and I don't think it's going to be the Bears. So, put it that way.
Yeah. Who takes last place?
I think the Bears. Bears might be right there with the Falcons competing for first pick.
I can see that. It's a hot take, though. A little bit hot. Remember that one.
Well, they went and basically took trash. So I saw Keneal Harry play, 3 years in New England? And the guy was butterfingers all the time. He couldn't catch from Cam Newton. He couldn't catch from Mac Jones. He just couldn't catch. And now he's going to be supposedly one of their big pickups in Chicago? Come on.
Yeah, you're right. Garbage. Yeah, we're going to go next, actually. Go next.
Okay. I think Green Bay's going to win the division. It's going to be tough, but Green Bay's going to squeak it out. I mean, the only issues I have are wide receiver issues. But I don't think the line's going to crumble. And then I think it's going to be Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit, and then I think Minnesota will finish last. And then that's when they'll decide to move on from Kirk.
Okay.
That's a good one.
You think it can be worse than Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah, with all those first round picks, now they're starting to develop a team.
But it's Detroit.
I don't know. They had. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a believer in Detroit. They've had some amazing players. They never seem to be able to cross the finish line. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Brunner though. I'm gonna go Packers. Despite all the controversial stuff off season, I think they'll get it done with an easy division. I don't think Kirk Cousins.
What controversial stuff?
Like not getting a receiver, Devontae Adams leaving, Aaron Rodgers might, this is last season basically because who the fuck's gonna play in Green Bay now?
He's under contract for like 2 more years.
I think he has a 3-year contract. He just signed 3-year contract, 3-year extension.
Poor soul. No receivers too. But
I'm not really hung up on the whole receivers thing because he took people that were mediocre receivers in the past and made them look like superstars. So
which is why
let's
which is
let's
why he's going to win the
let
division.
There we
I have to
go.
put, I have to put on my Sproles jersey.
My favorite Charger.
Yes, sir.
dude.
Right here, Brunner.
It's funny is I always forget he was an Eagle. I knew it was a Charger.
You always heard as an Eagle. That's why. Aaron Sproles. But yeah.
So I think I yeah. So Packer,
real
you
quick,
said
real
the
quick.
Packers.
Yeah, real quick, Packers, and then second place, I'm gonna take the Bears. Third would be Vikings. Last would be Lions.
Okay, let's go NFC West. I think first place. It's
Oh,
a
I thought
good
we were gonna do
hot
that one
take
last.
here.
Oh, NFC West. I'm sorry, that's AFC.
NFC West. NFC West. Last place. I'm just going to say straight out, it's going to be the Seahawks. They don't even have a quarterback yet. So I think the Rams are going to win it again, and I think that San Francisco is going to come in second again. I think Trey Lance is going to be a little bit surprising, and then we got Kyler Murray with a goofy contract with the Cardinals, and then Seahawks. I think the Rams are just too good. Too many people are returning.
Yeah,
for the Rams.
I mean, you're right. I can't see anybody else in that division beating the Rams because San Francisco just has too many problems with their injuries. I think every year they always have one big injury that really sets them back a couple games, but they make it to the playoffs somehow. I just think the Rams have more star players, and they're coming off the momentum of winning the Super Bowl. Like you said, the Seahawks really have, like, come on, Drew Lock. Does anyone actually believe in Drew Lock? Please.
Oh, dude, I didn't even remember his name, so apparently I don't remember him.
Exactly. There you go. And then Kyle Murray, he's good, but he's not great. I don't think he's going to get it done, despite all the talent, which really sucks because I would love to see J.J. Watt get a ring, and that's just not going to be. And the whole state of Arizona deserves a Super Bowl ring. You go to the Carl's Jr. in Arizona. There's a picture of Larry Fitzgerald with a fake Super Bowl there. I'm not even kidding you.
Dude, to be honest with you, the Cardinals, I look at it and I'm like, I say to myself, I mean, they got D-Hop. Is D-Hop hurt right now?
No, he's suspended.
Yeah.
Okay.
PEDs in the system.
Oh, that's right. 6 games or something like that. So, I mean, they got a decent receiving core. I don't know. I'm just not sold on Kyler Murray. I never have been. I'm not a big fan of run-first quarterbacks in general. And that's just kind of, they all break down, man. All the way back to Randall Cunningham. They break down. It just is what it is. So, what's your pick, Brune? What do you think?
I'm going to go Rams. I'm going to go Rams, Cardinals, Niners, Seahawks.
Okay.
That's fair.
So you think a little bit more about the Cardinals than I do, but I don't think I think they're going to end up. It's funny is like I've been listening a lot on ESPN and they keep talking about this, and I looked back and they're right. Since Kyler Murray's been there, those guys are like 8-0 at the half of the season, and then they lose like the next 6 games. It's like when they play people the second time is when they start messing up. And I wonder if it's because
they were better on the road than at home last season.
And I wonder if it's because of exactly why they put that in his contract. Maybe the guy doesn't do work. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the other teams figure him out.
No, it's not the other teams figure him out. It's the other team figure out the coach.
Well, I'm not high on that coach anyway, man. I wasn't high on him in college, and I'm not high on him.
Any comments, though, Brunner, on the division?
I think, Rams are going to win it because, like, they had so many superstars. I think OBJ is going to come back. Because I don't think OBJ is going to go to New Orleans or anything. But I think, like Anthony said, there's always a big injury. So I think something is going to happen. Like, there's just going to be a big injury. And then, like, they're going to have a winning season. But because, like, the NFC is so, like, talented, like, they're not going to get in. But they're going to have a winning season is my prediction.
I think the Bucks take their spot in playoffs.
Yeah, something like that.
The Cardinal spot?
No, if you know, I mean, actually, no. Because look, you got to think about it. 7th seed, so it's like look in the NFC and really think about it logically. The NFC West going to have the most team, all of the division, besides maybe the Seahawks will be in that playoffs.
Oh, see, I disagree. I think you're going to have 2 teams from the NFC South make it. You're going to have the one from the NFC North, maybe 2, possibly 2. You're only going to have one from
One
the
from the
NFC
East.
East.
Sure.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
No, I'm with you.
So
I'm with you.
maybe, but I also could see in the NFC South, I could potentially see 3 teams if things go the way with the Panthers as I think they're going to go. I could see 3 teams coming out of there. I could see the Bucks, the Saints, and the Panthers come out of the South.
Keep in mind, guys, this is
But
early prediction. Early predictions.
I mean, we just it's all early. It all depends on health. It depends on all sorts of things. So it's literally. I mean, I could see it, but I also could see on the same note, me saying that, I could take it all back and say I could see three teams coming out of the West. I could see the 49ers, I could see the Rams, and I could see the Cardinals all playing to make the playoffs like they did last year.
You never know, honestly. Yeah, that's the best part of
So,
NFL.
I mean,
But you know what?
it's any given Sunday,
That
bro.
I think give me something. All right, so we did all the NFC. Well, we didn't do all the NFC. We'll
No,
come back to
we're
that
going to leave
question anyway.
one for the end.
Yeah. Brunner, I want your
AFC East.
Brunner first pick. Go. AFC East.
Okay, it's going to be the Bills, the Patriots, the Jets. Hold on. No, I think it's going to be. I actually think it's going to be Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Patriots. That's
Okay.
a surprising one. I think Tua can squeak it out with Tyreek and what's the other Xavier Howard. He's a beast too.
Yeah.
I think the Jets look kind of, Lee likes to say because they had a bunch of picks, but I think the Jets look good now. And Josh Allen is Josh Allen, so he's definitely taking division.
I personally think, might be a hot take, I think the Jets almost win the division. I think I'm going to take the Bills to win it, but I think the Jets are only a game or two behind. And then I think it's going to be a race for the Patriots or the Dolphins. I don't think you're going to hit lightning in a bottle 2 times, two seasons in a row with Mac Jones. Or is it Mac Jones? Is his last name
Yes.
Jones? Mac. And I don't think you're going to hit that 2 years in a row with them. So the defense is still good on the Patriots. I don't know, but they're also, if I remember right, last year. Oh, coming back to that, just one other fun fact too. Don't forget the Panthers starting safety last year, who was the guy who played for Joe Horn's son. He got hurt in the second game last year. He's back too. Don't forget that guy. So, but last year the Miami drafted this kid who was a beast as a tight end, and he got hurt and didn't play last year. I think Miami's going to give the Patriots a handful to come in. Who's coming in last?
Good one. I have the same prediction, but I would say the same thing about the second place. I think the Dolphins will have a great season, and the Patriots will also have a great season as well, but not good enough to knock each other off. I do think it's a race for second and that wild card spot, and eventually towards the end, I think the Dolphins choke with injuries. I'll give Dolphins third, but a good season, possibly squeezing in with wild card. Jets last, Bills taking division, Patriots second.
We'll see.
I mean, that's the way I see it. I root for the Dolphins. I'm a cousin Dolphins fan. Miami deserves a ring nowadays.
Miami deserves something. I don't know what they deserve, but they deserve something. I mean, those guys, man.
Poor logo. Look at their logo. It looks sad now.
It's like I don't know. I used to love those guys. I don't know. I don't understand how they. I honestly don't know how they're not better than they are. To be honest with you, fun fact. Fun fact. I was just talking about this the other day. First year, the Patriots won that Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Did you realize the AFC East used to be the toughest division in football? It used to be the toughest division of football. Every one of those teams, it was a race to see who would win. They would all have 9, 10 win seasons. And then all of a sudden they just became shit for 20 years. So it's kind of I'm glad to see the Jets and I'm glad to see this guy starting to become teams again. You know what I'm saying? I love it better when there's a division. Like right now, the weak team is the NFC East, and I wish all those teams were great again because it's better when they're all good. So I guess that brings us to the great. Speaking of weak divisions, AFC South.
I'll go first here. This is gonna be a shocker.
Don't even say the
Hot
Jaguars.
take.
Come on.
Hot take. Ready? Matty Ice gets it done. 6th division.
It's a hot take.
Colts first, Titans second, Jags third, Texans last. Hot take.
I don't think it's that hot a take because I say the exact same thing. The exact same thing. I think that Matty Ice not only takes the division, goes to the playoffs, they go deep in the playoffs. I don't know if they'll get to the AFC Championship game, but they're going deep. 1-2 win in the playoffs. That's my take. I think everybody's going to realize by the end of the season, Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
All he can do is hand a ball to Derrick Henry. So we'll see.
It's amazing that Ryan Tannehill left before AJ Brown. But what do you take, Brunner?
Apparently mine's the hot take because I have Titans first,
Whoa.
Jaguars going second, Colts going third, and the Texans being less. And I say this because I saw like 6-7 games of Carson Wentz Colts, and what kept him alive was that because like a lot of the guys were either hurt, so the line would collapse and then Carson would escape, but Matty Ice can't do that. He's not as mobile as Carson, and then they don't have anybody to throw it to. The Colts have signed more quarterbacks this offseason than wide receivers. They signed Nick Foles and Matty Ice.
I think
so
they
it's
have wide
it's
receivers,
they need help. Shout out Michael Pittman, but he actually stepped up. I used to joke because we wouldn't give Carson 11, but he actually stepped up and earned the jersey. And then T.Y. Hilton's gone. I don't think he's coming back. And then when T.Y. Hilton was there last season, I first of all want to clarify, I actually like T.Y. Hilton. I'm not a T.Y. Hilton hater, but he was hurt a lot. Like he would play like 2 games and then miss 6, and then he'd be back for like 3, and then like miss another 4, and then like again like he didn't have a strong presence. But like I just think that Colts just need receivers, and like they should have done everything to sign Jarvis or Julio or like just any of the other free agent wide receivers. Like I think we're traded like one lineman. Like
they might do, they still might do that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
at the
but
end.
again, early predictions.
The hard pick with early predictions is we don't know who's going to get cut from teams and end up on other teams. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking right now at their depth chart, and if I'm not mistaken, it was either Quentin Nelson, or Danny Pinter. One of those 2 guards was hurt last year, and I think that's what made that such an issue. But don't forget, they got Jonathan Taylor coming out of the backfield, who has pretty decent. He can catch a ball. And if I remember right, wasn't Paris Campbell pretty good?
He was okay, but again, Paris Campbell isn't a household name,
Yeah,
but
I mean, I think that whole team is a lot of no-name people, but they had some pretty big pickups too. Like they had some pickups of. I'm looking at it. They picked up in the offseason. They picked up Stephon Gilmore. I mean that's huge. They picked up. And didn't they pick up DeForest Buckner? Wasn't that this year, or was that last year they picked him up?
That was like a year or 2 ago.
Okay.
So they do have Debo.
The
defense is good.
That defense is pretty nasty. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's the fun of this whole thing is when you look at this, is it's kind of that's why it's like barbershop talk of, you know what I'm saying? We don't know, and it's like I look at the division. Whoever wins that division, it's going to be a pretty easy walk. In my opinion, I think it's a weak division. I don't think I saw a hot take that somebody said that, what the hell, Trevor Lawrence is going to win MVP this year. Somebody on ESPN said that, and I don't remember who it was. And I was like, you got to be kidding me! Like I don't even know who he's throwing to. I don't even know who the receivers are on Jacksonville.
They signed someone good, I think. Come on, let me pull them up.
And Houston, who's the quarterback for Houston? Is that Webb Davis?
Oh,
Davis Mills.
Davis Webb or
Davis Mills.
I don't even know who. David Mills. Okay, I don't even know who who they even got down there anymore. They basically gave away the team for like a
Jacksonville
$10.
Jaguars have Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones is good.
Zay Jones. Yeah. Okay.
Shalit
Zay
Jr.
Jones is
is
pretty
really
good.
good. Yeah, Shalit Jr. is really good. Um, Marvin Hall. They have pretty good receivers. I think they're not
Question
like
is, can Doug Peterson lead them to victory?
I think Doug Peterson can. Doug Peterson's a great coach.
I think
So
he's a good
who
coach.
left? Who do we got? Who's now catching the ball in Tennessee? Brown left.
No, they're
They got
Traylon Burks.
Burks.
And they signed someone else too. I think they signed Brandon Cooks.
Oh, and they
Okay.
got
Yeah.
they got whatchamacallit, Robert Woods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Robert
that's
Woods.
his
That's
name.
right. And
Yeah.
he's coming off it, but he's coming off an ACL, isn't he? He
Yeah,
was out. He blew his ACL right
Yeah,
before the
Robert was
playoffs.
hurt. Yeah, that's why they brought Odell.
That's why they got Odell. That's like I think it was like week 9. Speaking of which, you know who I'm surprised with? I wonder. I don't know how they're going to fill that spot. Is that dude that went over? Who was the guy's name? Anthony or begin with an A? The guy who on LA that came from the Bengals.
Oh, Andrew
yeah.
Whitworth.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big spot to fill for them.
You know,
big spot.
you know what I'm realizing? You know what
He
I'm
has a high
realizing?
IQ.
The Bears lost Allen Robinson to the Rams. Who do the Bears have? Nobody, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Bears
you
have
picked
That's
him.
what I
You
thought,
picked
yeah.
him up high too.
I did, dude. I really did. The Bears have Mooney. Durham
Dude,
Mooney.
I picked him. Don't
David
forget, I'm the
Moore.
guy that said the Bears. The Bears are going to compete with friggin' for last place, man. With Seahawks.
All
I
right.
said that.
Should we now go back? Should we now close it off with the NFC South? I'm sorry, NFC
We can
East.
go north. We can, or we can go to AFC North, wherever you want to go, man.
I say
Let's go.
I'm gonna go. Okay,
Let's go.
let's save AFC West last because I think AFC West is the most interesting and hardest
That's
division.
that's gonna be the toughest one.
Yeah.
AFC
So,
North. Let's go to the AFC North. I think it's gonna be super
AFC
easy.
North. Okay.
I'll go first. Hot
division?
take. This is my division. Hence the hat. Hot take. Baltimore Ravens win the division. Then it's going to be followed by, I don't know. This is where it gets tough. I'm going to probably have to pick Cincinnati just because we know Joe Burrow is going to be there. I don't know who the quarterback for the Browns is going to be right now because we don't know the suspension for Deshaun. If Deshaun Watson only gets a 6-game suspension, I think then it would be the Browns in second place.
No, because they're going to be 1-6.
And unfortunately, my Steelers are going to be last place. And my Steelers for the first time in probably 20-something years are going to have. I think it's going to be the very first time that Mike Tomlin is not going to have a winning record. I think it's going to end up being 8-9,
which is still good.
Fuck no, it's not good if you're for the Steelers. We've had a winning record for 20-something years.
Which I want to say this. I know it didn't get uploaded, but Elite picked the Bengals to win the division before the season started last year, and they went to the Super Bowl. So I mean, he knows his division, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, Browns. Actually, no. I'm gonna go Bengals, Steelers, Browns. Can't disrespect Burrow and Chase. No offense. Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah,
no, you can't. You can't. I don't think Pittsburgh doesn't have anybody to throw the goddamn ball to. Claypool?
Yeah, I was about to say you got Claypool.
That's it.
Johnson.
No, and you guys drafted Pickens, dude. Pickens is really good.
Yeah, George
but
Pickens
he's throwing the ball. He ain't catching a goddamn ball. We have nobody to catch the ball, man.
No,
that's what
Pickens
I said.
Is a menace.
No, you got a
he's
receiver named Pickens, not Pickett.
Oh yeah. You're right. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you said Pickett. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I don't know, man. Rookies, I don't know. You don't know what they're going to do when they get under the big lights. You know what I'm saying?
Pittsburgh.
But I do have to say, I think Mitch Trubisky is, I will say, hot take. Mitch Trubisky is the starter on opening day. And Mitch Trubisky is going to be playing under more pressure than anybody this year because the first time he F's up, they'll try to bring in Pickens. And I'll be honest with you, I think Mitch Trubisky, there's a reason he was a first-round draft pick. If he under the right coach, I think he could be a superstar in the NFL. Hot take. So we'll see.
All right. So mine's the same as Anthony. Baltimore, I think this is Lamar Like Lamar, this is a contract year for him, and like he's got something to prove, so he's gonna go all out.
Yep.
And then Bengals, because everyone knows Jamar Chase now, because they didn't know if he was going to translate well from college to NFL. So now they have a full year and playoffs and Super Bowl footage of Jamar Chase and Mitch Berg at number 3, and then I think like the Browns are going to get like a 10-game suspension, so they're going to be like 3-7 until Deshaun Watson comes back.
Yeah, but don't forget who'd they pick up? They just signed somebody too. It was fairly decent,
Brissett,
right?
Jacoby.
They have Jacoby Brissett. They also signed somebody
no,
else.
Josh
Rosen.
Josh Rosen sucks.
Josh Rosen. So I mean, we'll see. Maybe he was in wrong situations. I don't know. Honestly, that's what I always say. Is these people? It's like you don't know. He had a really strong arm. I know that much. So I look at it. The Lamar thing. Another hot take. Don't be surprised if Lamar is in the running for an MVP. He's going to prove everybody wrong.
I think it's Lamar's revenge story. Yeah,
he could have won that division last year if their whole team didn't go down. Their whole fucking team basically went down last year. They were running on a shoestring budget, so we'll see.
We'll go to the West though. In the East, NFC East.
NFC East. You go. You started off, Jacques Crispy. It's your division, bro.
Hot take as an Eagles fan, of course, right? Hot take. It kills me to say it too. But Eagles take the division, first place. Giants second. Ugh. Cowboys third. Commanders last.
Okay. Commanders. Ellie, what's your one? Or should I go second?
So, I think it's going to be Eagles first. They're actually the Eagles this year, not just because Anthony's a friend of mine. I'm really excited to see what they do. They're like one of the teams that I'm kind of like, they're intriguing. Let's put it that way. I think, unfortunately, I hate to say this, I think the Cowboys are going to be second. I think the Cowboys actually, I think the Cowboys might make the playoffs, which is even worse. I don't think they're going to go far. I think they'll be one and doneers, but I think they might make the playoffs. New York Commanders. I think the Giants. I think you're going to be. This will be the last year you see the Dandy Dimes.
I think mine's different. Mine's going to be Eagles take division, Commanders in second place because they have a good quarterback with Wentz, and then they got Curtis Samuel, and then they have Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, and then who's the running back?
Gibson.
Gibson's a good running back.
Yeah, they have a decent running back.
And then
they have an amazing defense too. They do have a really good defense.
Yeah, Chase Young, scary hours. And then I think Dallas is going to go third, and then Jerry's going to fire McCarthy, and then
halfway through
Giants
the season,
last.
And bring in Sam and bring in Sean Payton.
Yeah,
it's now it's funny. What do you think? Now, really, the hot take is: what do we think the Eagles' record's going to be to win the division? I think they get 10 wins.
I'm not going to say
10 wins,
here.
7 losses. 10 wins, 7 losses. And that's what wins the division.
I'm not going to say anything for this one because I feel like I'm going to jinx
I
myself.
agree. Either 10-7 or 11-6.
Yeah, that wins the division. And if it wins the division, it wins it by 3-4 games. That's the fun part about it. It's literally that division is like
it's never easy. It's never easy.
It's just like such like, oh my god! It's like you want that division. How many years ago was it the Eagles won Super Bowl? 4, 5,
4 or 5. Not 5 now.
Okay, 5 years ago, their representative from their division won it all, and now there's teams in there like, oh, we're 8-8. And they're making, we're 9-7, and we made the playoffs. It's like, what? Wasn't it 2 years ago that somebody got picked there? They had a losing record, but because they won their division, they got to go to play in the playoffs when there was a team with a better record.
Yeah, it was the Eagles. They won the division with 9-7, I think. And then the 49ers couldn't make it, but they had like 10 wins or something like that.
It's just good gravy. It blows my mind. So here's the toughest division. toughest division I think to pick from is the AFC West. And we're going to let Brunner go first. We know what he's going to say, but we'll let Brunner go first.
Okay. So shocker. I could see this either going both ways. But I pick, you know what? No. I won't go Chargers are going to win the division. They got JC Jackson. They got Joey Bosa on one end, Khalil Mack on the other.
And
All
Adams
right.
too.
So
No?
it's deadly. And then we
Yes.
got Kyle Van Noy
Yep.
from the Patriots. We picked him up. We drafted a lineman, an offensive lineman in the first round. So I expect 0 sacks, Chargers GM.
0 sacks.
Because for those who don't know, I kept saying I want Chris Olave, who the Saints have now, and I'm like, we need a wide receiver. I'm like, I'm gonna give one more weapon to Justin Herbert, and then they got an offensive lineman. So I'm like, okay, we drafted an offensive lineman last year who was good, who actually contained Chase Young. So, and then we drafted another one again. So I'm like, okay, you know what? And we have Corey Linsley and Brian Balaga, who are Green Bay's vets. We picked them up last year or 2 years ago. So I'm like, okay, now I'm expecting 0 sacks now. But that's just a joke. And then I'm going to pick Broncos Country, Let's Ride at number 2.
Wow.
And then I actually think Russ is going to cook. I think number 3, I think Mahomes is going to struggle. And I think Mahomes is going to struggle because he's lost Tyreek. Marquez Valdez-Scantling can't get I'm sorry, but and then Juju, I think Juju's going to get hurt again. And then I think they're going to struggle because all they're going to do is just cover Kelsey. And then Tyrann Matthew is also gone as well. And then I pick Raiders going last because I think Devontae or Derek's going to get hurt.
Wow. So my pick is I'm going to say I picked the Chargers first. I just feel like they have I feel like they just have too many weapons. When you look at it, I'm looking literally at their roster right now, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. You know what I'm saying? It's just literally like every spot. I mean, you didn't even mention Austin Eckler. You didn't even mention, they got an amazing running back. Now all that.
We have Derwin James coming back.
I mean, literally, it could get blown up. It all ride or dies on Justin Herbert staying healthy. In all fairness, you know what I'm saying? Because your backup quarterback is probably your biggest hole.
For Herbert to get out there. I'm sure he's staying healthy.
Number 2,
Herbert.
I too am also picking the Denver Broncos. There's something about the Denver Broncos that just intrigues me, and I always listen to my son. My son always keeps telling me about the one receiver that's on the Broncos. Is like, don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him.
Judy?
No, not Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick stands 6'6" and he's like Larry Fitzgerald. He never drops the ball. He's just fucking hands of gold. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you got Jerry Jeudy, who was hurt last year, and then you also have Cortland Sutton. So he's going to have weapons to throw to, which is the first time in a while that he's had. When he was in Seattle, when Wilson was in Seattle, all he had really was Metcalf. You kind of knew where the ball was.
Metcalf, Lockett, he had weapons.
Yeah,
but not like the weapons he has now. I mean, not like I don't know. We'll see. Running back decent. Their defense is pretty decent. I mean, they have arguably, probably, in my opinion, one of the best cornerbacks in the league in Satan. So so I think they're going to go 2. 3, hot take, Raiders. I think it's going to be the Raiders. And 4, I think Patrick Mahomes you're going to finally see the weakness of him when he has to now play within not that long ball, when he can't just whip that long ball out. Biggest thing with Patrick Mahomes is every year I see him, and every year I say it more and more, I'm like, he's going to get caught sometime. He's getting too quote unquote cute with the ball. Too many like flicking behind the ball, and it started to happen last year. Remember last year, a couple times he got intercepted,
like first couple of weeks.
And it was like, I think people are going to catch up to him. There's more and more film on him, and I'm not ready to crown that guy Like I saw this guy on TikTok the other day. He's like, he'd be a Hall of Famer right now if he died. I'm not ready to crown him that dude. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he's a good quarterback, but I think he's in a division now with 4 good quarterbacks. So that's my hot take. Oh, you, Chuck Crispy.
I'm gonna go hot. Okay, it's not a hot take. Chargers first.
Let's
I'm not
go.
saying that for Brunner. I really do think they're gonna be awesome. And then I'm gonna say Raiders second, Chiefs third, Broncos last. I don't think the Broncos will be bad. I just think that's a really hard division to win,
Super
and I
hard
just think
division.
that Russell Wilson will have like a few bumps. Not his fault. I just think he's going to be running for his life. And that defense really doesn't sell me that much. But compared to the defense in their division, I don't think they're going to win it. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. I'm not saying they have the worst defense in the entire league. I'm just saying that. But yeah, I think Raiders are looking kind of hot, and I think the new city kind of helps them. And I also think that the Chiefs will have a bad year for coaching reasons, not to pay on Reed, but he has some things off season. He kind of distracted him. Juju's not it. Tyreek's gone, and
Juju's trash, dude. And I think people are going to realize that. You gave up Tyreek Hill and you pick up Juju. Juju is trash. For the past 2 years, hot take, you can ask these two guys. All I've been doing is bitching and moaning about they should cut this guy. I don't know why Pittsburgh re-signed him last year. I'm so glad he's gone. And he's already been dancing around on damn TikToks again.
yep.
It's trash.
But I do think the
mean,
Chargers are going to be the best team out of everybody there, and I
so
don't think the Chargers sweep the Chiefs though. I think the Chiefs get a win over the Chargers.
I think it's going to split. I think so. Here's a hot take. Who do you think's the better LA team?
The Chargers.
Chargers.
The Rams or the Chargers?
Let's go.
Because to me, as I look at it, both of them are so stacked, like in every
But you got to look who's
position.
more healthy. Yeah, they're also
Yeah.
stacked, but who's more healthy?
It's like, yeah, it's just amazing to me. It's like, wouldn't it be so cool if there was an LA versus LA in a Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl. Yeah, it was supposed to be last year when the Super Bowl was in LA.
Wouldn't that
Yeah.
be so cool? Yeah, that would have sucked for TV viewing.
Also,
in all honesty.
for you,
would've.
since you brought it up, for those who don't know, apparently St. Louis is no longer canon in the NFL.
Yes.
So
In the Super Bowl ring, they
if you
didn't
haven't-
include St. Louis.
So thank you for listening at home. Tell us what you think. Who's going to win what? Are we wrong? What do you think? Let us know. And as always, see you guys in the next one.